Hello and welcome. I have some rat chores to get done, and I thought I'd just take you along with me for an easy, chill video. I hope you like cleaning. Most of it's cleaning. Like all of it's cleaning, actually. Is all of it cleaning? I think all of it's cleaning. Anyway, I hope you like that kind of stuff. But yeah, since it's end of the year and I'm still putting off doing that one video, I figured why not do this? So let's get to it. This is the cage I was using for intros, and I haven't bothered cleaning it, even though intros, I stopped it like a week-ish ago, a little over a week and a half. But, yeah, I have to clean it because, well, I have to clean it. I can't put it off forever. But also, while the weather girls have never been reactionary to the smell of other rats before, I have this cage on top of theirs. And I've noticed them sitting on their hide at the top of the cage, sniffing the bottom of this and getting very poofy and very agitated. So, I must clean. Speaking of intros, just to give a little update on how everyone's doing. Everyone has healed what Cappy calls their war wounds. So yeah, Baker probably took the longest with his sprained arm, followed by Cloud with her abscess, but everyone's doing great now. I do think separating them was definitely the wisest choice, especially since the weather girls are now getting irritated by their scent, so they're going to probably hold a little bit of a grudge, which just makes sense for them. They are the spiciest of girls, after all. Well, say they used to be worse, but she's fine now. Anyway, so I have to take out the hammock from inside here. I like to use the flat hammocks for intros, but they always get destroyed. So, like, the two that I used for this last intro both now have holes in them. So I don't know if I can keep using them because they're also not, like, the most popular hammock style. So I can only really get them off Etsy, and theirs aren't very cheap. And I need a big one, so that makes them even more expensive. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Yeah, so post intros, the girls are fine. The boys are a little tense with each other, but they're starting to kind of resettle into their old patterns, which is very good. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. My cats think I'm talking to them, so they're screaming. But anyway, the boys are resettling into their old patterns, which is good because I'm not particularly interested in getting new rats at the moment. And I will if I have to for them, but I just don't particularly want to right now. Anyway, here I am cleaning out two of my carriers because I need to do that. I've been putting it off. And the cage, I just wipe it down with a Dawn dish soap and water solution and then clean it out with a rag. And then I will let it fully dry before putting any more rats inside. Here I am doing some dig box maintenance. So Cappy is filming me, by the way, if you notice me looking over at her. So yeah, my dig box I've had for a bit now. This one I've had for a year without having to change the dirt out, which is a pretty long time. Dig boxes are known for getting like fungus gnats and like other kind of issues in them, including mold, which is why I am currently turning the dirt. I'm going to put a little bit of water in a second. I'm also picking out all the bits of paper that Ezra and Hopper have taken in there because the two of them are notorious for wanting to do that kind of thing. So I just have to clear it out of all that before it starts breaking down into the soil and then turn it so that all the wet spots get moved and they won't be able to form mold. And then wet it down a little bit so it'll still be able to form tunnels. Now, dig boxes are it's an option for free roam. You don't have to have them. I do enjoy mine because my rats enjoy it, but they can be a little bit of a pain, especially the mess they create. I have a lid with a hole in it for them to go in on mine, but they still just make such a huge mess with their dig box. They kick all the dirt out. It's one of the many reasons that I have to vacuum 3 times a week is the dirt. And for the most part, I actually think it's funny. I think it's funny when I'm sitting there and I just feel dirt pelting me in the back of the head. Here's the water I'm adding. I will mix this into the soil very thoroughly so that it's not just sitting there. Because again, I don't want the gnats. They are very annoying. If you decide to do a dig box, I would suggest getting a fairly large tub, cutting a hole in the lid like I have. And then you fill it with cocoa core / cocoa fiber / cocoa soil. It's basically just like ground up coconut. You can find it in Reptile Supplies, or I think they sell it at Home Depot. I don't know how pet friendly the Home Depot version is. But yeah, you can get it there, and then you just fill it as high as you want to go, because they will make a tunnel all the way to the top, or all the way from the top to the bottom, and they love that. You've probably seen a lot of people with bioactive setups, and it's the same kind of principle, but yeah. And I do recommend having a duck box because it's a fun activity for them. Now we have a cute little rat break with my babies. You can mostly just see Dorothy, but I believe Suitor is also in there. Was it Suitor? Yeah, that's Suitor. They're very sweet, very cuddly little girls, and I do love them. Look at how good Dorothy looks for a rat that's approaching 2.5. It's amazing for a rescue to look like that. And then little Suitor, who's only 6 months old, getting all snuggly. She loves to snuggle with another rat while being pet. It is the cutest thing on the planet, especially with Dorothy, who is a known war criminal in this house, who starts fights constantly and just, causes issues. But she's cute right here, and that's all that really matters, isn't it? And finally, I'm going to be cleaning up my free roam area. Cappy is again filming me. You will also notice that she gets a little creative throughout this, so, she's fun like that. Yes, I just put the dirty rat laundry on my bed. I don't care anymore. I don't have a ton of space because I love my rats enough that they take up all my space, so my bed is a large surface that I can set things on, and I do. But yeah, there's Orvie. Look at Orvie. Look at her little fist. Oh my god, look at her. Anyway, so to clean out my free roam area, I remove everything. I turn out inside out any tunnels or beds so that they can get cleaner. And the wash, I do that every other wash because obviously if I turn them out, then the outside's not getting as clean. But yeah, so I'm turning these out for this time. And I remove all the towels and I replace the towels and I throw all that into the wash. I also wipe down all the hard surfaces, so the shelves, the top of the desk, and the hides and the litter trays, all of that gets washed and wiped down. And then I will replace all of the rags that are in that as well. I just use baby wipes for this time. Sometimes I use something more astringent like the spray that I used earlier, but this time I'm just going to use the baby wipes. Now, since this is going to take a second to get through, she's so distracted. Look at Hopper. Oh my god, look at that sleepy baby. But anyway, since this is going to take a second to get through, I'll just give you an update on everybody. So I talked about the Weather Girls and the new boys, who I also call the theater boys, because they're named after musical characters in musicals. But my girl gang, which is the group of 7 that Cap keeps showing, they're also doing very well. They're all over 1.5 years, approaching 2 years now, which stresses me out a little bit. Not to get morbid in this fun cleaning video, but rats don't live very long, and I have 7 girls in one cage who are all about the same age, so next year's probably gonna be pretty rough on the Hall of Rats family because of that. And then to top it off, the Weather Girls aren't that much younger, and the boys aren't that much younger than the Weather Girls. So next year I have a total of 12 rats turning 2 over the course of 6 months. And that's, my own fault. I knew that it was going to be rough on me as I was doing it, and I can handle it, but it's still going to be rough, and it makes me sad to think about. But they're currently healthy. No one has any issues. The same with my mixed group. They're all doing pretty well. I mean, Dorothy starts fights pretty much nightly, but that's just who Dorothy is as a rat. And then the boys like to also get into scuffles over food. They do love their food, those chonky little boys. And then finally we have Cappy's girls and Sailor. So Grant still has an ongoing respiratory issue. It's as soon as Spectre passed away, Grant started having the issues that Spectre had. And we don't really know what to do at this point. She's been on antibiotics several times. I think I'm going to switch up the antibiotics next time and see if I can't get that taken care of, because it's starting to worry me a little bit. Luckily, it's healthy. Once she got oh my god, Jinx. Once she got the tumor removed, she was doing a lot better. She's been doing perfectly fine, honestly. And then there's Sailor. So Sailor is nearly 3. She's going to be 3 in February. and she's also doing very good. She has HLD, and you can really tell her little leggies don't work as well as they used to. And it's sad, but it's also okay because she's getting around really well. And I am managing it. She's had HLD for a long time, and it's progressing very slowly because I've managed it. It doesn't work well for every rat, but it's working well for her. But yeah, she's doing well. I've always said Sailor was a tank, and other than her legs not working anymore, she's never really had any health issues. And I can't really ask for more from her, especially since her sisters are both gone. But the three of them are doing well together as well, which is nice because Sailor had so many problems, and luckily it's such a difficult rat. But yeah, they're doing great, and I love that for her. And hopefully everything will continue to go smoothly for my rats because, again, next year is going to be a little bit rough. But yeah, anyway, I believe I'm done cleaning. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you know what to do. All the fun stuff down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!